So I just been thinking about a lot of things, and I am so appreciative and so thankful for the way life is right now. When I tell you, even though there's a lot going on, there's a lot of situations that may be transpiring around me, it's not directly with me. And I am very thankful for that. Are you guys ever just be like, damn, it's the peaceful season of life. Like this is the life where this is the season where finances ain't no stress. You know, the life of the relationship you have with the person you love is going good. The kids is acting right. Finances is good. The house is looking beautiful. You doing upgrades. You about to go on vacation. You know, you planning weddings. It's just life is at its most peaceful. And I think that the biggest thing that I want to continue to do is show gratitude and appreciation, not for the things I have, but for the things that transpire in my life that make my life a lot better. You know, we all tend to complain about what we want or what we need instead of appreciating and showing gratitude for what we already have. You know, we all have endured trauma. We all have endured situations that didn't put us in the best light or in the best situations that made us feel good about ourselves. But it's really up to us to take a stance on being the best versions of ourselves. Like I always say, happiness is a choice. I understand people go through depression. I understand that. I've been through depression, and I know people who suffer from chronic depression. And it's not easy. It's not a one, two, three situation where everything is going to be glamorous and, oh, now I'm choosing to be happy today. Sometimes it's a fight every day, and you feel like an elephant is on your chest, and you feel like it's hard to breathe. But in those moments, you have to find gratitude. You have to find what you have and find appreciation for it. Now, that may not work for everyone, but I also am a big advocate for therapy, finding outside sources to help you outside your family and friends, because sometimes the people who know you don't know how to help you in your healing process because they just feel like this is just a moment in life that you're going through, and eventually it'll die down. You'll get through it, and then it'll be on to the next thing. But sometimes in life, that's just not how things are. Sometimes you can't just jump to the next part of life and say, you know what, everything's okay, everything's good. Sometimes you have to go find that professional help and seek that help for understanding, for acknowledgement, for the ability to learn new tools to be better. And that's the biggest thing that I advocate for, learning new tools. I respect and appreciate people who value themselves enough to realize that they can't do it on their own, or that the way they've been doing it is not working. So they have to find a new avenue so that they can not just a better way to exist in this world, but to exist in this world and feel like they're living in it. Because there's so many people that I am friends and families with, and people I know who are battling depression so heavily that it affects every entity of their life. How their children are raised, how they take care of themselves, how their family dynamic looks, how their house looks, how they feel about themselves. So many people will tell the world they feel beautiful and don't feel that way on the inside. Don't feel that respect for themselves on the inside, that they actually have value. And then we sit up here and expect people to want to try to be happy. It's not that simple. And you know, if medication is a way to go about it, I always say outsource the situation, because nobody that is sometimes even professionals don't believe you or they don't understand, and you have to outsource outside of them, because you have to fighting through depression is an excessive fight. It's like going into the jungle and fighting a lion. You know that it's most likely like you feel like you're gonna lose, but there's that one instant that you may just win. So I definitely just want people to start encouraging themselves, and find your way through the situation. Make sure you say whatever prayer that you believe. You know, make sure that you put God first. Make sure that you put yourself first. Make sure that you don't allow every other situation in life to take over and dictate how you move in life. We all go through things, but if we let those things determine how we live, we will be in a place that's stuck. And who wants to be stuck in depression? And these words can go in and out. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to encourage self-love. That's what No Love Lost 2.0 is about. It's about telling stories, vlogging, and giving you guys information on my life or other people's lives when I do interviews. But it's also about self-love and loving yourself ultimately beyond more than what anybody can love you other than God. God's love is the purest love. So you have to have the purest love for yourself. You can't be in a place of being stuck with the situation, because it's not perfection that we're here to have. We're here to learn and grow from each other. We're here to use each other. We're here to experience each other in this life, in this moment, in this hour. We're here to experience life. And that's why we have certain people around us, not just to take from us and suck the energy and life out of us. Like I tell people, you cannot be the ATM to somebody's emotions. You cannot give all you have to somebody's emotions. You can't. You cannot be the ATM and let people keep withdrawing from you. You can't keep allowing people to take your emotions, take your feelings for granted, take the advice or your time for granted. I know what it is to be that person that is there for everybody. And then when I look around, the only person there for me is God. And now my husband. And I am so appreciative of that. And life is not about having a perfect life, but it is about realizing that we weren't put on this earth to live perfect lives, but we were here for a purpose. So if you have to ultimately find the purpose that you have for yourself, you have to fall in love with yourself instead of just falling in love with others. You can love your children down. You can love your husband down. You can love your family down. But if you're not loving you down, how do you expect to get ahead? How do you expect to get out of a place of darkness? How do you expect to live in a world where you're happy? Not just satisfied, but actually genuinely happy. And that doesn't mean that every day you wake up, it's peace, it's bliss, it's, oh my God, life is so wonderful. It's not always going to be like that. But you have to acknowledge that you deserve the chance to be happy. You deserve the chance to feel good about yourself. You deserve vulnerability with people that you can trust. And you have to remember to always put loving yourself first. It doesn't matter who's in your life, your children, your family, your mother, your father. If you're not good, how do you give all of you and give yourself nothing? That is that's just Dalulu. That's just crazy to do to yourself, and it's not worth it. Make sure you continue to show yourself that love. I'm Zafir. Make sure you follow No Love Lost on Apple, Spotify, and Iheartradio, and TikTok, and Instagram, No Love Lost 2.0. Make sure you make sure you like, share, subscribe on all platforms, and continue to show that what? One love.